Okay, hello everyone. Just like usual, just waiting for it to show up on YouTube so we know that we are connecting with you guys. So just bear with us. Okay, perfect.
Looks like we
good.
are. Yay!
We're good. Yay! Hi everyone. Couple of things I want to sort of address, and I have a little bit of a complaint here. Couple of things I just want to talk about is people have noticed that I haven't been online for the past couple of weeks or past week or so. And I actually had somebody make a comment on one of my videos. I don't remember the exact wording, and they never went through because they used some kind of profanity, but they basically had this conspiracy theory that I suddenly just disappeared off the internet because Mingle Cash was having problems and they were just like going all this crazy stuff. I'm just going to tell you guys flat out what's going on. I have nerve damage in both of my arms. I have not been able to even do basic things like eating without being in excruciating pain. And even Friday, when I did kind of the emergency broadcast, I was hurting a lot, and I haven't been online because I can't type without it hurting. Like, just I can't even explain. Like imagine a toothache and you pouring hot water into your toothache, but the toothache is in your hands up into your shoulders. That's basically what I've been feeling right now. So that's the only reason why I haven't been online. It's because it hurts a lot to type, and it's just I just kind of wanted to put those conspiracy theories to rest. No, this has absolutely nothing. My absence had absolutely nothing to do with Mingle Cash. I deal with some chronic health issues, and sometimes they flare up at really crappy times. So I just wanted to kind of go over that really quickly with you guys. I did want to talk about some things that are going on. Most of you have noticed that the U apps have changed their limits. Some people are kind of required. Some people are required to update their apps. Some people are noticing weird things are happening, like the ads aren't auto closing. Anyway, UApps is doing a bunch of new changes. Basically, they have A5, and they haven't communicated with us. Like, this is one thing that, for anybody that's been following me for a long time, if people are doing shady stuff or things that I consider to be kind of shady, I'll point it out. I haven't received any communication from UApps as to exactly what's going on. Now, I happen to know a little bit more information than the general public does about what's actually going on, which I alluded to in last week's broadcast. Anyway, there's a bunch of changes that are going on there, and all I'm going to say is my recommendation for people is to just kind of tread lightly with this. You may notice next month that payouts are maybe not going to happen. Now, I hope that that's not the case, but basically what's happening is that their main advertiser is not going to pay them. They're on a net 30 payout, which basically means that the end of August is when they get paid for July's activity, and they're the main network that they were using that was paying a lot of money has said to the advertising provider that they are not going to pay them because of fraudulent activity, basically meaning that UApps did not disclose to the advertisers that they were doing an automated system. They didn't say that, they never told them that, and that wasn't the agreement that they had. So anyway, there's stuff going on with that, and I want to keep this as short as I can because, like I said, I'm struggling. I'm struggling to do basic things. Like every time I move my mouse, it makes me want to pass out. So I'm going to try to be as efficient as I can, guys. But I did want to, touch on these things, and it's much easier for me to speak right now than it is for me to type. So I wouldn't mind getting on Skype calls or whatever if people have any additional questions. I'll try to do my best to answer them. I see that there are some. Yeah, I'm just reading a few comments. Somebody says, no, I don't like Sigma. Don't worry about it. I'm just reading your comment that says, I'm sorry if you felt you were under the bus. I was one of those people. I like. This is gonna sound terrible, but like, I don't care what general people think of me. this is just a general statement. It's not anything offensive to you. So like a stranger can call me whatever names they want. They can say whatever lies they want. And it honestly just, I don't give a crap. You know, if you're not in my life, if you're not in my inner circle, like my close family and friends, I really don't care about other people's opinions. However, I do feel that, you know, people deserve to know the truth. And I didn't even notice that you said anything, Sigma, of like, and like, it's cool, it's fine. And I understand that things looked the way that they did, you know, because it seemed that like I disappeared right when that happened, but no, it was bad timing, and it still is bad timing. But don't worry about it, it's cool. So it's all good. We all make mistakes, you know. I'm just trying to read some comments here before. Yeah, and I understand there's a lot of frustration with people with Mingle Cash, and I agree with you guys. It's been a pain in the ass. It really has. They've been doing a lot of different things, but I I genuinely believe that they have genuinely good intentions, and they're still paying out. They're paying out from people that earn from the app that they're not going to get that money from. The advertisers have already told them that they're not going to get that money from. They release their the passive application based on some information that was probably not not correct. No, I'm not going to assume that the information that they got was something that was intentional deception, but they were given information that, you know, something like that was okay when it wasn't. And once they found out that it was not okay, they took the app off the market because they didn't want to they didn't want to commit these, essentially this click fraud. However, people that earned money during this time, they're still paying them. So Mingle Cash has spent, if you consider the amount that they've lost in advertising plus the time that they've spent on this app, it's been probably in the couple of $1,000 range. But they're not, they're not using this as an excuse to shut down. They're still paying people out. My upline was just paid just a couple of days ago. I've been paid. My downline's been paid. So I don't believe that they are doing anything that is shady. I just think that they're hitting some bad luck. They're trying some new things, and there's a lot of new improvements that are happening with Mingle Cash. But I do understand if some people no longer want to be involved with them, because the whole app thing, it was a disaster. It really was. It was a disaster, and it was annoying, and it was frustrating. And I absolutely understand if someone's like, I don't want to touch this at all. I'm good. That's fine. That's your choice, and that's fine. But I do want to talk about a couple of improvements that they've done. One of the improvements is they're doing they're doing a daily lottery, and they're doing a hourly lottery, and you don't have to, this isn't like a lottery that you buy into. You just get entries by doing specific actions. Like if you watch 5 ads in one particular hour, you get a lottery entry. And I actually won one of these lotteries a couple of hours ago. So it is working. This is more of an incentive base to basically to get people to be active. There's a daily lottery that it's everything's explained on the website, and I am going to try to keep this as brief as possible. Now I'm going to do a full overview video once all of the changes have been implemented, but they're doing a bunch of things, a bunch of things that I believe are improvements, and a bunch of things based on feedback from people. They listen to the really negative feedback in some of these things, and they're really trying to make it to be something that is useful for everyone. Now I understand if it's not your thing. I'm just going to read a comment here real quick. Not to be conspiracy theory, do you think Mr. It caused the ad developers to say, hey, wait a minute, there's a passive on the devices and our ads being shown is 40 plus? I don't know. I really, like, any information there is speculation. I mean, it happened around the same time. But from what I heard from the ad provider, now I'm talking about the network provider, not the actual advertisers. From what I heard is that, the U applications were causing a lot of problems in general for a while. I don't know if this was like a last straw type thing, or if it was like the biggest advertiser that they had deciding, hey, you know what, they're committing fraud, we're not going to pay them, which is what they've stated. Now I don't know if they've communicated that with the U applications. I don't know that because I'm not I'm not either one of those parties. So is it possible that it was the last straw because the owner, Mingle Cash was trying to figure out like why are these why is the advertising not crediting right? Why are we getting blacklisted? And they were digging deep in terms of like dealing with essentially the representative from the ad, the network themselves. So it could be possible that in a part of that investigation that it triggered something, that it was a last straw kind of a thing. But I really don't know. I think it's possible that could have been, but like I said, it's the last straw. This is something that they've been dealing with, and what they actually did before I think even before the Mingle Cash app was live, was that they put the U apps in a different tier, basically saying these clicks are not valid. Like, so that if advertisers do want to advertise, and please understand that some advertisers do want to advertise for automated clicks or whatever. I've purchased that type of advertising before. However, these types of advertising, there's not a high CPM rate in general on these types of things. So it is still possible that they have advertisers that want to work with them. But yeah, so I mean, to answer your question, I don't know. But it is a coincidence, and correlation does not equate causation, but these things kind of happened at around the same time. So it's I don't know. I don't know how to answer it beyond that one. But I will be making another video on Mingle Cash to just kind of go over the back office and thing. And like I said, I'm not feeling well. I'm not feeling well enough to really explain everything that's going on, but I do know that they already have implemented some changes that are great improvements. They're working on adding their own watch and earn, which is something that they're going to run. And it's just a matter of waiting for, it's just a matter of waiting for certain coding to work, not on their end, but on the end of whoever's serving the advertisements. Then they're going to release that as an additional way for people to earn kind of passively. So I'm going to just leave it at that for now. If you guys have questions, please let me know specific questions, but it's a little hard for me to concentrate right now, just with between the medication and just feeling just like my arms are going to fall off. So I'm sorry, guys. So if you have any questions, please leave them. I will look, I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability if I know the answer, but some things I just don't know. Last week with Donald, do you want to chime in on anything before I continue?
Go ahead and continue. You're doing a good job, and when I see you, suffering from your pain, I'll jump in. But Mingle Cash is your deal. You know way more about Mingle Cash than I do, which is why when it comes to Mingle Cash, I'm just going to be quiet because I'm one of those guys that is going to wait and see what happens with Mingle Cash after all the updates before I start re-promoting it again. I'm concentrating more on what our next subject will be.
Yeah, and so if you want to talk about that, if you want to lead into that, that's great. If you want me to continue to talk about that one as well, we're talking about the coinpressions 2 thing right now, guys. I'm just transitioning into something else. And we can go back, we can circle back, of course, to Mingle Cash if you guys want to. But in Wednesday's broadcast, and Wednesday was the one, last Wednesday was the one with Donald. I'm not talking about the sort of emergency hangout I did on Friday, but Wednesday's broadcast, we did talk about how we were doing some experimenting with advertisers, and the main advertiser that I wanted to use, I did a test run. I've used them before, and the results were just absolutely phenomenal. We've been trying other advertising sources, but both Donald and I have been having a lot of problems with other advertising companies that are providing the same service, or supposedly providing the same service, and they aren't. But however, we do have a very solid company that we've worked with, and we're going to work with on this into the future. And I've worked with this company for a couple of years, off and on, for different things. I was just testing it as to what it would do in this particular instance for what we want. and we've decided that we're definitely going to go with them. We're looking into alternative sources, but right now, every alternative source I've tried has failed. I'm on my third at this point, and I'm probably done with trying to find another source. And it's just because we want to have more than one source for it. And especially because if this becomes something that's popular, then it could become congested into their system, and it can cause, things like it's going to just take a little bit longer for basically for people to get their signups and things like that. Do you want to talk a little bit about coinpressions too, Donald, for a couple minutes?
Well, I guess I'll give you a little bit of a break, but yeah, we're going to be. It'd be best if I log into my coinpressions account. That way, I know what exactly I'm looking at here. But yeah, guys, we did an interview with the coinpressions owner. He seems very trustworthy, and he's one of the reasons why we're using his company to help generate some extra income, because he does seem like an honest guy. And right now, coinpressions is offering something most other companies won't. And as a result, we are able to help everyone build this thing faster. For those of you who don't know what coinpressions is, just go ahead and click on Justine's link that she's got there underneath this video here. But just so you know, it might be best if I just screen share. That way people will see something of interest here. So let me go ahead and hit the screen share button. And boom. All right, can everybody see?
Yes.
All right. As you can see here, you can get started for free. Free. The company will pay for your first minor matrix position. I'm not going to go over that just yet, but just remember that. The company is going to pay your way in on the first level. The $2 position that over time will generate $104 plus another 27 re-entries into the system. And it's based on a small, easy to cycle 2x2 follow your sponsor matrices. You'll get tons of spillover, spill under, and spill up potential. That is there for those who are work. You're not guaranteed any of this unless you actually do the work. But if you follow what our little system is here that Justine's going to touch on a little bit, you'll see how that can really help you. There is no limit to the number of entries you can earn off of. I got tons of entries in there in the back office. You earn a 25% matching bonus on all your direct referrals. Now, Justine is one of my direct referrals, and I can verify that I am getting a 25% matching bonus because of what she's doing with her team. It's causing herself to cycle, and in turn, giving me a 25% match bonus. So for me, that's awesome. Keep doing it, Justine. As soon as your hand heals and you can operate that mouse, keep doing what you're doing. The product is advertising. You'll get banner ads, text ads, and two banner ads, the small 125 by 25, the standard 480 by 60, and of course some text ads. Everything there is fully automated. There's also a built-in PIF system where you can help build your team. If you need to pay for someone's way in, you can do that as well. You get this high converting lead capture page I'm showing here right now. Options are Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethercoin. You can get paid daily with the same. And we have an active and trusted owner. Now, that's them tooting their own horn. But like I said, me and Justine have already interviewed this owner, and we're probably going to have him come back on a later hangout to go over what he's done as far as adding in the fact that the company will now pay for your position. Now, the way with the company paying your position here, I'm going to leave this here where you can look over the compensation plan. I'm not going to go over the compensation plan, but just so you know, the company's going to pay for your first way, your way in, as well as your referrals, and you'll have a certain amount of time. The last I heard was 30 days, but Justine just told me 7, so I don't know what the actual time frame will be, but you'll have that free time to build your team. And again, like I said, he's paying for all these positions. You're going to see the commissions accumulate in your back office. Your job before the time runs out is to upgrade through the matrices. Then at that point, you will be eligible to withdraw your commissions. And like I said, I've already made a couple of cash outs, and I'm like $1.95 away from my next cash out. And then of course here's where you sign up. Now, as you can see here, you're seeing a rotator page. This is my particular rotator page. That's not even me. I've got people in my downline. Let me just pop up a random name here. Let's see who else pops up. Oh, Easy Lloyd, a crazy uncle. Oh yeah. So yeah, as you can see, we have a rotator system. I'm gonna let Justine explain the co-op that we're working on, and we're also going to possibly delve into a little bit of what else we're doing to help build the team. So Justine, I hope your hands and eyes and everything's a little less painful. I'm gonna turn it over to you now.
Okay, yeah, that was a good little intro. I do want to. Someone commented. I do want to comment on their comment. Edouard, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. If only there was a platform like YouTube that both creators and viewers get a cut from the ads. That's coming. That's part of what the Vitae token is. The company Vitae is going to be opening a social network site that is basically doing kind of what you just said. They're not launching until December 26th, but that is something that I can talk about on a later hangout. But something like that is coming. It's not necessarily going to be like YouTube per se, but it is going to be where viewers or people that participate in the platform, people that, for instance, like posts and things like that, can actually get a cut from the revenue of the website. So that is a thing that's happening. It's in the process of happening right now. What I might do is put the link to the Vitae Discord channel in here. I'm going to do that after the broadcast because it's a little difficult for me to concentrate, but I can do that for people that want to check that out. Or you can just go to vitaetoken.io. They don't have a lot of information that's available yet. They haven't released a lot of information publicly, but that's exactly what they're doing. In essence, it's a little bit more complicated than that, but yeah, something like that's coming. So I hear you, they hear you. That's why they're creating it. Just wanted to kind of do that little side comment there. Yeah, so basically what was going on with the coinpressions, I did an experiment with advertising. I chose actually technically a couple of people on my team, but one, really main person in my team, and I ran advertisements from a company to test them out in terms of how it would work with this particular platform. So I really wasn't sure. I wasn't sure exactly what the results would be, if it was going to be worth it. Like if it's going to be worth it, pay the money if you're going to get the money back. And I was just so impressed with the results, and I even showed Donald the results. And I was like, yeah, this has been just a couple hours and look what's happening. And so not only was he seeing that, on that end, but he's also seeing things happen on his end because we're all connected. I'm connected to Donald and my team's connected to me. So if my team is doing well, Donald knows about it. So basically what we've done is we've created this ad co-op that people can get into if they want to. This is completely optional. This is not something that is required. It is something that it's an option. It's not, if you want to, and a lot of people have asked about this, but basically what we're doing is we're essentially going to be pooling funds from people into a co-op. And I've listed, I actually put a splash page. I put all the information on the splash page. I can't really, I can try to explain it right now, but it's pretty basic. I mean, it's, if you want to purchase, if you're part of the team and you want to purchase positions, we can guarantee that you're going to get signups. And if you don't get signups for whatever reason in that round, we will put you in the next round for free. That's how we can guarantee it, because we're gonna do it, and we're gonna advertise for you until it happens. There's other strategies that you can use. For example, the first package that they talk about, and I'm assuming that you click the link and you're following along. It's too painful right now for me to do a screen share and for me to be clicking. Like every click, it's like every click I'm doing more damage. So I really can't do that. But if you're reading that page, it will say, package 1 is 3 links. What I would recommend if you're going to do that you have your personal link and 2 of your referrals links. And the reason why this was so effective was because I wasn't when I did my advertising, I wasn't advertising for myself. I was advertising for my first level and also my second and into my third. And that's what's causing this cascade of action and what caused it to be so effective. And even in doing that, I made a little bit of money from running those advertisements, and my team also made money, and also Donald made something from it as well. So it was definitely, if you put all those totals together, that total income was definitely at least twice as much as what I paid for the advertising. For my personal experience, it was about 1.5 times. So that's basically, I really recommend that you guys read that page. I would do a screen share, but I physically can't do that right now, guys. But that is something, and of course, if you have any questions, you can let us know. This is something that I explained to Donald before we got on here, so maybe he can talk about a few things or fill in some gaps that I wasn't able to do. Donald, if you want to do that, feel free to chime in.
All right. Well, since you can't screen share, I guess I will share. You see your page?
Yes.
All right. Well, guys, there's the page right there. You're going to get guaranteed referrals for only $5. The way the system works at Coinpressions, we will run the co-ops weekly as long as there are orders for them. The co-op is designed to get you all guys cycling. You'll notice that when I showed you my screen, you didn't see my name pop up. I'm not even in my own rotator. I am promoting my downline because I want to help my downline cycle. Because when they cycle, they will push me further up. I'm halfway through the top level already, since we kind of came up with this idea about getting the referrals and how we were doing it. We're not just promoting our link, we're promoting our downlines link. They'll cycle, that pushes you up, you'll cycle, and I'm almost to the top. I'm actually at the top, just waiting for a few more bodies to land, and I will finish cycling up on the top level and earn that $102 from that $2 position. Plus, I've already got most of those re-entries. So those re-entries are also earning me money. But for $5, you'll get 3 links. And like she recommends, 1 link for you and 2 other links for your direct referrals. If your direct referrals by chance already have their 2, then perhaps maybe you'll want to use the URL for their referrals. And for those of you who are not computer savvy here, let me show you something. You want to know what your referrals URL is? It's real simple. Oh, hold on. Before I do that, I'm going to have to stop screen sharing because I have to log in. And I don't want no one to see my password or anything like that. So give me a second here. Let me stop the screen share real quick. And let me log into my coinpressions account. All right. Oh, I'm already in. All right. Now I'll go back to this. Screen share again. All right. How you figure out your referrals URL is real simple. When you look under here, under your referrals, you see that username right there? That's the username of the person who signed up. All you have to do is come down here to where it says promotional, substitute your downline username. By doing this, if let's say, for example, I was brand new and didn't have any referrals, I went out and nabbed 2 referrals from the system we're using for advertising, and I get those 2 referrals. I can then take those 2 referrals, put them into the advertising system, get them their 2 referrals, and start the cycling process over and over and over again. I can build as deep as I want because all you got to do, like for example, there's Justine right there. I can click on her username.
Donald?
Oh, yeah.
It seems that your screen share disappeared.
Uh-oh.
Just randomly, it just like popped off.
Popped off. Oh, well, we can't have that, can we?
I don't know why.
All right. I don't know why. It's Google for you. All right.
Yeah, welcome to live broadcasting, everyone.
All right.
Maybe exit and try again, or maybe it's just.
I went. Can you see it? Can you see it now?
No.
Okay, well, it says I'm screen sharing.
Hmm.
Google Hangouts is sharing your screen.
Maybe maybe click stop screen share and then try again, maybe.
Stop sharing. Go back in, share again. And all right, can you see me now?
No, I can't. But this,
Okay.
I mean, this happens sometimes. This is
All
just,
right.
it's
Well,
one of
then
the.
I guess we won't worry about the screen share. But did you at least see the points where you were able to see the usernames and how to change the user?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And you can
All right.
also, you can also contact people. You'll have access to their email address as well if you want to just make it super easy. But you can just swap out your username for theirs, and it'll work for them. And you can just find their username pretty quickly. It would be ideally you'd be able to contact people, but we know most people don't answer their emails. I don't answer my emails all the time either, so I'm not complaining. It's just what happens. And thank you for sharing that screen and kind of explaining things a lot better than I could right now. But yeah, that's the basics of it. And this is something that's voluntary. It's you don't have to. Something that people have asked for. But we wanted to try it out ourselves before we get everybody else involved in it because I don't mind being the guinea pig. And I would rather be able to say that, yes, we've tested it and it works than to have everybody, sign up and have it not work. So we've at least, we've confirmed it works. It's working beautifully. It's causing all kinds of great actions. And if you have any questions about the timer thing that we were talking about, we're not 100% sure what's going on with that. It was 30 days, but then they may have updated it to 7. If you just log into your back office, it will tell you. It doesn't tell Donald or I right now because we're not, we're already in all the levels we can be in. So it's not going to give us so we don't have a timer. So I actually can't see it right now. But if you do join, it will tell you what your timer is. And that's not, that's something that we can maybe talk about at a later broadcast, or it's something that's also explained in the video on the link, as well as when it goes over the compensation plan and all that fun stuff. So many comments. My you are still paying well, just not many guys right now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you were here for the beginning of this broadcast. You might want to listen to the beginning of that. Is just my opinion of what's happening, and also there's facts. Um, but yeah, I don't really know much more than what I've already shared about that. I have noticed that I've had some issues with, like, I'm not actually running VU apps anymore. Once I realized that, because I didn't realize that what they were doing was not okay. I just assumed that they were, because they were honest with us about what was happening. I assumed that they were honest with the advertisers, which it turns out that was not the case. So I'm not using them anymore. But when I noticed that for the past week or so, my payouts were weird. They were very late, and they were a different pattern. This is just something that I noticed. I can't speak for anything beyond, stuff that I requested last week finally came in yesterday. But I can't speak for anything recent because I'm not using them anymore, at least until I get a update from them with an explanation. They haven't communicated anything to us. So, if they do communicate, maybe if they found some kind of a compromise or a different venue or something, maybe I'll consider using them again. But as of right now, that's just my personal. I'm not using them anymore. Not telling you what guys want to do whatever it is that you want to do. But there's stuff that they are not communicating with us, and until I get information that they're going to do things that are not fraudulent, and I'm not saying this word lightly. I mean, they literally were committing fraud. We didn't know about it. We didn't know. We know now. So until they update us with more information, then I'm just not going to use them, because I feel that they owe us more of an explanation than what we were given, and we weren't. I mean, I can only speak for myself. I was not given any kind of an email or any kind of explanation. Because it's possible that they sent one out to people and I just didn't get it. So if you guys did get an email with an explanation, please let me know and let me know what that information is. But I know that I didn't get one. And I just, there's just too much going on that we don't know about because they have not communicated anything. And yeah, Big B, like you're gonna want to watch the beginning of this because I talked about all this other stuff, and I really my health is, I'm not healthy enough right now to go over that stuff again. So please watch the beginning of this once it, once the hangout is over, so that you can get that information that I talked about at the beginning, where I explained some things of what's going on. And hello, Consumer Tech, good to see you here. Donald, did you have anything else that you wanted to mention before we end this?
Well, we pretty much got most of what we wanted to covered, but aside from Mingle Cash, I highly recommend that if you're not already on our coinpressions team, get in there. If you got $5 in Litecoin, contact Justine, and she will put you in her co-op. Right after this hangout, I am thinking about pulling $10 out of my own pocket just to test drive one of the other sites that we were having some success with, and I'm going to see how that works to build my team, and then I will probably share those results with you on our next hangout, because obviously I've been network marketing online for a while, so I know a lot of things that most people don't, and I can do, I understand these crazy matrix systems, and I can dissect the matrix in a heartbeat. So I'm going to do some testing, and if everything works out, I will make a video showing you some advanced techniques you can use that won't cost you a whole lot of money, that you can use to leverage. Remember, we like to leverage our earnings. Matter of fact, like I said, I'm only $1 and change away from $25 cash out. So I won't mind spending this $10 to get that $25 out of there, no problem, and continue on with my what I'm going to call my little stack your Bitcoin cycling system, which I will share with you guys later. But I guess with that, I guess we can end it, unless Justine, you got something to add. I know you're in pain and probably want to get some rest, so I will.
Yeah, it's going to be Netflix for me. Netflix and just hanging out. I do want to point out that Consumer Tech has posted, I talked a lot about the advertising side of my stream earlier. That's great. So yeah, guys, if you want more information about that, please visit their channel, his channel. I will put a link to it in the description box. I don't allow sharing of links on my channel just because of the spam issues, but I will try to put that link up there so you guys can watch that video and get some more information, and get some more information from a different perspective as well, obviously, because they're not me. So I definitely would recommend that you guys watch that. And, I mean, I don't know the person personally, but I have had some interactions, and there's going to be some good information there. So if you haven't checked that out, please check out Consumer Tech's channel about that. I'm assuming he did some sort of a live stream earlier. I'm assuming that's earlier today. But anyway, check out the channel, get some more information. And, if I find out anything, any other info, of course, I share the good and the bad and the awesome. So I will let you guys know. And like I said, I'll be making some new marketing videos for Mingle Cash as soon as, as soon as they implement their new watch and earn, and also as soon as I can use my hands for more than a minute without them actually like cramping up and stuff, which should be hopefully soon. I'm getting a little bit better every day. As long as I don't, as long as I don't push it too much, I am healing. So hopefully I'll try to get that to you. And hey, eCash, we're just about wrapping up. It's great to see you on. Man, you stopped in right as we were closing up. But if you want to listen to especially probably the beginning portion is going to apply more to you. I mean, obviously you can listen to the whole thing if you want. It's fine. Do you? But there was some information that was shared, and I'm glad to see you here. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. eCash Society Tech Talks. Also a great channel. You guys don't know who either of these people are, check them out because they have a lot of really good content, and they're just all around. They're pretty good people from what I've seen. So definitely check these guys out. Thank you very much for tuning in. But I really need to go now, before like my hands start locking up and stuff. So thank you guys for watching. And like I said earlier, I haven't disappeared. I'm just recovering from a chronic issue. So I'm still here, and if you guys want to talk, it's definitely easier for me to talk, so we can arrange like Skype chats or something. It's just really difficult for me to type right now, and it's actually damaging to me right now. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening, and thank you for any of your input. And I welcome input. And even if you have things, even if you disagree with things that I say, you're welcome to post comments. Just try to keep it clean and try to keep it PG, constructive. And I mean, you can say that you dislike what I say. That's fine, because I feel that hearing from different perspectives actually kind of helps me see things from different perspectives. But just try to keep it try to keep it clean. And if it's not, I'll probably just will delete it. Or if you're using any types of profanity words, you're automatically going to be spam filtered. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And I will try to catch your stream later, eCash. I probably won't be typing in the chat room, but I might, I can listen on my phone or whatever. So thank you, guys. And I'm still around, so just feel free to reach out if you want to, but don't be offended if I don't reply to you right away. But I'm here, and thank you guys for your support, and check out those other channels. Check out that we talked about, and I'll try to put that link in there before I crash for the weekend. Okay, guys, we'll talk to you later. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys. Y'all have a good weekend. And yes, tune in to eCash Society for all of you phone farmers. You got it. If you're a phone farmer, you need to be subscribed to that man right there. By the way, eCash, I've already subscribed, so I'm with you. All right. Y'all have a good week. We'll see you next time.
All right. Bye, everyone.